He's sick, y'all. He's sick. He's sick. Okay. We're talking Kanye here. I already had a discussion on it on a show last night, and I still got thoughts, especially with what I read and shit like that. I'm like, some people. I'm like, I remember when I see the words "he's sick" from certain people who used to. I remember when I was a kid, they had a certain attitude about them, and now that they're older, now that they've been indoctrinated or MK Ultra, what have you, because the fact of the matter is, everyone has been MK Ultra. That's it. That's including me, everyone. Okay? Today is about breaking that and getting out of that. But there are some people who you would never think, and I'm seeing those same people writing things like, he's sick. He's sick? I remember certain conversations we had before the programming set in for us as we were growing up. So, but I'll speak on that a bit. In a bit. Huh. He's sick. All right, let's see.
Oh shit. Anyone else got anything to say about it?
I never liked the nigga, so none of this is surprising to me.
Oh, fuck you, father. Fuck
when
you.
you say thank you, when you say this isn't surprising you, it doesn't surprise me because he's the one that's coming off like he's Jesus since years ago. So I'm like, I don't know why people are surprised. He's the crazy one, remember? But I'm happy for this because he's saying a lot of shit I want to say, and I'm like, he's a celebrity and he's saying it. He's going to scorch earth, yo, and I'm like, damn. And I'm like, look how it's it's the way they're getting on him. I'm like, I wish I got on other people for talking like this.
Why did you do that, Chris?
A rich black man, son. This dude made his bones, son, on his own, yo. A black man. These people are quick, and this is like a special class. It's funny how they're the special class, but we aren't. Right? The whole Jew owning this, that, and the other. What he said was fact, silence. And I don't know. Did anyone see the document? I probably, you guys probably didn't see it, but the Candace documentary. Did you see it?
Where is it?
I don't want to watch
it's
it.
on.
I honestly don't want to.
Daily Wire.
I honest to God
I saw
don't want to watch it.
I saw it.
I'm going to watch it. I just want to see what's in it.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I'm not going to like it.
Right, bro. Like,
when I saw it, I was like, okay. I started thinking back to people like Chris Hansen and stuff like that. I'm like, it's funny. These journalists, keep in mind, they're saying he's sick. He's sick for talking. Just keep that in mind as you listen, okay? I'll touch on that. Don't do this type of work anymore. They just regurgitate bullshit on the news and have they just want you to think a certain way. I don't see investigative journalism anymore. And I said this on Twitter, I was like, it's a damn shame it takes her to do this, especially with someone as hated or controversial as she is. And, I was telling someone already, I'm like, I know she's a cunt, yo. I know that. But when you're right, right? And I'm like, it shouldn't be her. That's the problem here. People are not seeing this. They're just seeing her and she's the problem. But I'm like, no, people should be doing what she did, because it would have been someone else he would have been commenting on if he was of the same mind and of the same agenda of his own, Kanye. Because what she brought out was facts in that fucking documentary, right? They didn't tell, like, everything she found, and from the experts she interviewed, they didn't tell us this. Like, for instance, I saw half of the Drink Champs because they kept taking it down. YouTube kept taking it down like midstream. I made it to halfway through the episode and they took it down. Everybody tried to mirror it and re-upload it. I try to catch up, but they're quick with it, you know, because again, these are a protected class. Because you could say all shit about black people, it'll stay up there, right? You say something about these people, especially who runs YouTube, that's gonna disappear quick. You understand? So one thing she brought up, and I found very particular, because I think I mentioned this on the show, and I've said this plenty of times, yo. The way they portrayed that his family, the way they pushed him out, they had to talk to Crump, and Crump had to whisper in the air what to say. The little girl, the daughter, they had to tell her what to tell the crowd, what to repeat back, and what to say. And I'm like, why are these people being led to saying what they're saying? Now, Candace interviewed his roommates, the people he lived with for years, the people he lived with, because this is another part of the story that didn't come out. These were the people that were helping him clean himself up. Because remember, Candace was pushing the whole criminal thing, right? They had to humble her in that movie. They had to tell her, no, he was here. He wanted to clean up his life. That's why he was here. He was cleaning up for his daughter so he could be able to go back to her and this, that, and the other, and have a proper life with them. That's why he was here. The news didn't tell us any of this. And they didn't even tell us about these people he lived with. You know what's funny? No one in his family visited that house. No one in his family came to pick up his stuff. The mailbox still has his name on it. Anyone find that strange or peculiar? Anyone knows of this, unless they didn't want to have anything to do with said family member? Remember, tears, the BLM, the donations, all those things, but you know nothing about his life. You know nothing about how he's living. You've never visited him once, according to them. You haven't visited him once. They've never seen you outside of maybe some photos or them seeing you on the news after he was dead. Just think about that for a minute. Think about how weird that is. Okay? Car is still in the driveway. Nobody came. Now I'm like, okay, if I lost someone, or if anybody lost someone in the family, and you're supposed to be the baby mama or the mom, the brother, somebody, I'm showing up to the house and collecting the belongings. How long has it been since this happened? Nobody showed up. I find that funny. The news were quick to find some family members and even a teacher from when he was in elementary school. But I uploaded that video, by the way, so you could go back and check it out. But you couldn't find the people he was living with this whole time to give their side of his story, because they didn't say anything bad about the man. So I don't know what you're afraid of. You know, but it seems like you purposely neglected that just to speak on it. That's what she was trying to point out. You can hate her all you want. I could hate parts of her all I want, but what she said rings true. Yo, really and truly, people need to just look for things that don't pass the smell test, yo, for real. Like with anything, not just this, like with anything. If you know something is different, like you could feel a certain way about whatever it is, but if something is being said or shown and you know that's not normal, question it right away. Just make it a factor, yo. Don't just breeze by it, because that's what they hope you do. Don't breeze by something like that, because that is peculiar. You can't find people that you would never think of, like a specific teacher from elementary school. Okay? Or you prioritize that person over people he was living. Yo, that's not something you cannot, don't say anything to me and be like, oh, you're crazy. No, you know that's weird. You could be mad at my opinion on all of this, but you cannot dodge the fact that that is weird. True. The fact she brought out rings true. The thing Kanye said about the fentanyl and shit, that part was true. He misspoke at one point when he said they hit him with the fentanyl. No, they didn't give him nothing. They didn't hit him with no fentanyl. He had the fentanyl. He said it when he was in the car. They put him in the car. He said, I'm claustrophobic. I took too much drugs. I want to be outside. Take me outside. Take me out of the car. That's when the cop took him out of the car. And when they took him out of the car, he spit out some of the fentanyl that was in the back seat. How come that the fentanyl that was in the back seat that he spit out, that wasn't on the news? Nobody knew about. I didn't know about that till this documentary. And when you look at the toxicology, the coroner report and all that, the amount he had in, like, yo, I'm saying you did not have to hide this information, because a lot of things would have went down differently, because the world will still see the way this man went out with the knee on the back. I don't know why they had to take this part out, but the amount he had in his system, the doctor was like, and this was in the court too. This was on court TV or whatever was aired. He's like, with what was in his system, he could have been sitting at home, and that thing would have killed him. But with what was going on, and he was getting roughed up and shit like that, and a knee on the neck, that's. By the way, anyone saying that will trigger people for some reason, just because it's the truth. It's all part of the mind control that they have over us. You can't say that without somebody going up in arms. Somebody of a certain thinking, somebody of a certain political party, like logic goes out the window. I would like to know, where did that go? Because there was a lot of it when I was younger. There was a lot of it, let's say, before 2015, that just started to fade away. Like, you cannot state facts at all without somebody getting triggered. I used to just say straight up, because I never stopped saying these things. I just used to be more active about it because I just saw the rise in it, and like people just skipping over facts. So I thought, because before, let's say before 2015, I used to talk about certain things and they were like, oh yeah, that actually makes sense. Or yeah, I know, I saw that too. Why didn't they talk about these things? These type of conversations will happen between anyone. It didn't matter what party you're in. It didn't matter what some celebrity said. They knew. But right after that year, and it's worse today, but right after that year, it just started to go out the window. I used to say the same things I used to say, where people used to have the same agreements because they used to say it themselves. And now, when I started saying those things, it's just pylon of, hey, like, triggering, yo. And I'm like, I would admit I was MK Ultra too, but at the same time, I never lost that. I just kept going when it came to looking into things and saying what was true. Digging in, because I love doing that. That's something that was part of me. So, and people today will act like that's something new. And those people, if you're watching, yo, I hope you're watching. Reflect, straight up. The process. So, in my eyes, I think Chauvin should have went to jail for that. I mean, he wasn't being resistant. He was just talking this and the other, calling for mama, who wasn't his mom. It was his girlfriend. That was his nickname for his girlfriend. But the news was quick to say he's calling for his mom. He's calling for his mom. That was on Court TV too, by the way, and the documentary. Just to fuck with our minds, so we'll be one-sided and not get facts first, But so when he's talking this, I'm like, what he was saying, because I saw the documentary first, and then I saw the Drink Champs. So I'll see if he was going to correlate what he saw, because he was with Candace. This was during a screening of the film. So yeah, and he pointed out nothing but facts, but every fact he pointed out, he got canceled for. He's getting silenced for. And I'm like, yo, this is a game, son. I'm not falling for these games. I don't care. Like, again, I already know this man is crazy, but I also know he's a fucking genius, especially when it comes to his talent, especially when it comes to making his fucking bones. So if there's someone to listen to as a black, we knew who he was, right? Starting from the time of Katrina when he was like, George Bush doesn't like black people. We knew what he was. We knew because we all agreed with that because nobody liked Bush, right? But what was crazy about that was you don't do that at that moment. You don't just blurt that. You don't blurt that out. You're on TV. This isn't what it's about right now, right? But you do that. He was crazy then. Everybody still rolled with it. You can't, again, pick apart what does not make sense. He did something out of pocket. Okay? I understand because I agreed. So we all agreed with him, but he was doing that and it matches what he's doing now. It's just that he ain't with your heroes now. He ain't saying the same thing you agree with. But you can't fathom this for some reason. You can't separate that for some reason. He was crazy. I already had him in that box once I saw that. Way back then, I was like, okay, he's crazy. He's not lying, but he's crazy. Okay. So he's that type of person. Got it. Never failed since. He's been doing that since. All the shows he used to talk some stuff. People were calling him crazy, but they still were agreeing with him. Remember? Talking about he sold his soul for the devil. I knew it was a bad deal. And what else he say? But it was good or something. Happy Meal. I forgot. Yo, forgive me for that. But we heard that and we were like, because we know artists usually say this. Some people who are conspiracy minded and things like that will be like, yeah, that's pretty much what goes on behind the scenes. You either take that literally or take that as just merely signing a contract, as what selling the soul means. But he was saying these things. You agreed. It was fine. Still bought the album. Still tuned into whatever he was doing. Because you guys never forgot his talent, his ability to gain wealth, so on and so forth. He hasn't lost that. He's saying outlandish things. He's speaking out of pocket. But that part's never changed, and you guys kept going. You guys kept buying the albums. But he's sick. Man, to listen to. I listen to him. If he's speaking facts on who's running this shit and he's living it, he is living it. He signed contracts with the same people he's talking about. So it's not to say he's making this shit up. He lived it. He's amongst his fellow rappers who some turn on him, some are on his side, whichever. They all can tell you that who's paying them? The Jews. Well, how is this a problem? It's true. This is jokes said by every race you can think of in stand-up comedy, in movies. They even do it to themselves. They say these things about themselves. So when Kanye starts spitting truth about a certain narrative that was pushed out, all of a sudden it's an issue. All of a sudden you got to take tame. The things he said is tame. The things he said, I know the same. Okay, I ain't going to call anybody else personal. Okay, personally, I'm not going to do that. But if you are watching the things he said, you have said, or at least have acknowledged and as truth. Okay, I've heard as many interviews as I could with the man saying what he said about this topic here, about the small hats, right? I've heard it all. And I'm saying, what's anti-Semitic? Okay. So I have to wonder, anyone who has shit to say, did you watch the whole thing? Not just the Drink Champs, because you probably watched that one. Any interview, did you watch the whole thing from beginning to end? Or, I have to ask, or did you only see the clips that you stitch or post on social media, the clips because out of context, or what they only want you to hear, only words they want you to hear, triggering words, because all you hear is he says a certain group, pause, and hear the next guy who's commenting on it accuse him of anti-Semitism. Don't answer. You don't have to answer me. Just think of that. Did you? If not, I would implore you to do it. Because it's funny. Because from what I've heard, I'm like, I did not hear anything of the sort. If he has a certain belief or opinion on what these people are or who the real ones are, okay, is that an insult? Did he just call them this, that, and the other? Are they evil, this or that? I didn't hear any of that. Okay, you could just go back to calling them crazy and let it ride. You gotta fuck with his money. That's one thing I always said, yo. Whatever somebody says, don't fuck with their money, yo. You can just stop buying from them. That's your choice. But they'll go after his pocket. That's not for you to do. You're the one that was paying him in the first place by buying his albums, watching whatever, you know. And the people that are against him the most, people have the most shit to say. I'm okay, yo, straight up and down. I'm okay with the small hats talking about it or complaining about what he says. That's whatever. But when I hear my own people getting on him or speaking in the same tone as those people, I start to wonder, do you really care about your own people? Because we're calling him sick, but you kept feeding him, right? He says what he says, and you're parroting what the people who are offended, the people who he's talking about, you're parroting what they're saying, and you are all, a lot of y'all are glad that he's losing this, that, and the other for speaking the truth, not insulting anyone, not being anti whatever. He's just stating facts, and you guys are cheering on the fact that he's losing. Black man made his own money, but you're cheering on that he's losing. Okay, because I'm telling you, it seems like if I could put these pieces together, it seems like if anyone said, if it wasn't him, and anyone said what he said, you would still get on him because they said it first. The ones who are offended said it first. So I feel like the way y'all are MK Ultra right now, I feel like y'all will still get on whomever says the same thing. I've gone through it. Plenty of people have gone through it. People who see facts and state facts and be like, oh shit. But because they are leaning a certain way politically or question certain things that goes against who your heroes are, you want to jump to the next side. You want to ignore and make sure that the person who said whatever, no, he's sick. He's sick. He's sick. This is all it took, yo. I mean, yo, what did he do? All right, let's go. Indulging in whatever. You have that choice. If you don't agree with whom you're watching, to stop. But to go after and go in his pocket, he still has a daughter, right? We know that, right? He's still struggling to see his daughter, right? You're taking that little power he had, because that's all he has right now is that money. That's what's giving him the free reign to even move around, move the house next to the daughter and all that stuff. That's all he fucking has. And you're taking that away. You're taking away fatherhood. I'm telling you, and it's so easy. It's so easy to do this to the black man, yo. It's so easy to turn because he's saying things that are against the narrative that fits what they push, what the black narrative should be, and not what's actually. And what's easy is just like what I was saying before. Us, that's what I find funny. What's easy, our own kind getting on him. That's what's strangely easy, scarily easy. I would expect anyone of any other race to say something. You would expect it. Remember the narrative? Black Lives Matter, blah, blah, blah. Right? Which means our lives should matter. Our livelihoods should matter. But You wait till somebody gets taken out by a racist cop to say something, right? To go all in. But when somebody speaks the truth on something and of our perils and we need to fix things, we need to have discussion, this, that, and the other, you still use that same energy on that? For what? What did he do wrong? I'll show you in the end what he did wrong. But, he's sick. Happening, son. So I'm watching this and I'm like, this is the most ridiculous thing. Like, nobody should be taking sides here. People should be just looking at the truth and be like, oh, that's true. Oh, that's bullshit. Whichever, just choose which one. I don't care who's talking, son. I don't care who's talking. They not feeding you. They ain't paying you. But whatever the truth is, that's what should be paid attention to, because that's what's driving the society right now. That's what's driving agendas right now. That's what's driving politics right now. So don't pay attention to the fucking messenger. Just like Eddie Griffin said, fuck the messenger. Did you hear the message? That's where I am with this, yo. Because these people have he ain't lie at all, yo. Oh my God. I'm like, the faces of these people, even like, and to tell you, Candace's show is on a Drew's platform. He's bitching about it, but I know he wishes he could fire Candace right now. I know he wishes he got triggered. Afterwards, he was like, "Of course, I don't agree with Candace, you know, but she works for me, and we're friends. We could have disagreements, blah blah blah. But it's totally anti-Semitic. I ain't here to fuck all anti-Semitic from what he said. And if what they consider anti-Semitic, I've heard worse from your kind, your own people, and other people, and y'all laughed it off. Don't play with me, yo. Don't play with me. Don't play with these people.
D-Wolf, this tip from D-Wolf.
If that's what it takes, right? If you're all gonna be easily triggered by him just stating facts about who basically owns who, because it's okay for people like Colin Kaepernick to say that that the NFL is like, basically you could equate it to slave owners owning slaves, right? Right? He says this facts, same thing. Yo, it's basically the same thing. And it's facts, not an analogy. Facts, son. You're mad at him. Okay, so if this is so easy, if y'all could be so easily triggered about this and you want to take our money like that, I said this in this episode, but I don't have it right here in this clip. I said, if this is going to be the case, then I would like for everyone who is not of this color, right? Keep our damn names out of your mouth. Do not, even if it's a praise, right? If you're calling out facts, it does not matter. You're making a joke or you're literally shitting on it. It does not matter. Do not mention us. Don't tell us anything. Don't say anything. Because he can't do it, you don't do it. Leave us alone. Straight up. Because this is the game you're playing. I hope you guys see that shit.
Just to like respond to like, it's not even that what he's saying isn't true. It's the fact that Kanye West, you already have a fucking target on your back. No, not right now.
He has a God complex. That's what I was saying.
It's a you just like we have to be aware that he has kids, that people are going to attack his money. He has to be understanding on that too.
I think he does.
He has to be aware that every little thing you do, my nigga, they're going to attack you.
He said that.
So it's like at some point you have to readjust so that you can have like, because we don't know how this is going to pan out. We don't know if this is going to put Kanye West in a bad predicament, you know, financially, or even in this situation with his kids. We don't know, but he doesn't know either. But it's just he has to be aware, just like he just has to be aware that it's a time and place. You don't say stuff like that on Drink Champs.
Wait, when are you? Hold on. We gotta keep in
I feel like
mind he has a God complex.
if you're going to say information and you want to captivate a certain audience that's going to listen and not instantly judge, Drink Champs is not where you go.
Oh, he's gonna go anywhere he can. This is voting. And that's the thing. This is also political.
Yeah.
Remember when he caught heat, it was with Candace, which means it's political. And also, he has this Jesus complex where he wants to sound like Jesus and act like Jesus. He wants to be that. He's well aware. He's crazy, but he's well aware. But he knows what he's doing. If he's choosing to do these things, that's his choice. But it's not my place to tell him to. It's not my place to tell him to shut up. Yeah. It's not my place to cancel him. It's not my place to do that. I can agree with him or disagree with him. But the man could do what he wants, because what he's doing right now does not take away from the good that he's done or what he has done to achieve the success that he's gained. You know, and the fact of the matter is the way things are going, and just like what I just said with the whole political thing, this is the perfect time to say it. The thing is, we can't dictate what other people choose to do or say. Okay. If he feels like I said here, he has this Jesus complex. We saw that Jesus walks and all that. We saw that. He's admitted this. He has admitted this. So if he's taken actions that matches the one he serves, right, we can't be surprised. He so chooses. We do not dictate what he chooses to do. We can agree or disagree, but who are we to say stop it? Who is he hurting? By stating facts. I didn't hear any insults. Even if he did insult anyone, I'm a free speech like absolutist. Like, okay, words, whatever. All right. If you're not inciting violence, say what the fuck you want. But I haven't seen him go that level. So, and remember, he's mimicking Jesus here, so he's just gonna state what's true and just roll with it and keep going. It's not our place, okay? Because he is well aware. He's stating everything that everybody's concern is about him losing money or his daughter and stuff like that, right? He knows this. But at the same time, you gotta realize it's his choice. He must feel, okay, this must be the sacrifice I have to make to speak the truth. He said it's been weighing on him for years. He said it's about time, and it is about time. Like I said here, it's the political, this is like, I think I say here, so I won't say it now. But this is like, what other time is there but now? Look what's going on in this world right now, in this country right now. When's a better time than now? Look how crazy everybody is. Look how everybody's reacting to him right now. Right? This is an inspiration, yo. You don't have to do it the way he's doing it, but you gotta, really look at what's going on. Again, with the smell test, like the way people are acting based on what somebody said. Somebody who was already admittedly and labeled crazy, and we're acting like this is strange. That alone does not pass the smell test. That alone should make people be like how they acted toward him back when he said George Bush doesn't like black people. Or everything he said since then, but nobody batted an eye. This is not it's not our place. This is straight, like, whatever you feel, you can feel like he's been mind controlled already, or a clone, or whatever. If you want to go into that realm, or opposition. What is the word? Anyway, you could say he's being orchestrated to do this, right? You could say all that, but at the same time, this should not be a problem. Anybody should be able to say whatever the truth is. You could call him out for that's the thing, like, this should not be the reaction for anything anyone says. It should either be roll with it, agree, or disagree. People are going too hard, yo, and that is what's funny. That's what people need to look at. People going so hard on this for facts being spewed out. And the reason why people are going hard on this is because it's a political thing. It's because a lot of people of this color are thinking a certain way, are easy to be manipulated up here. And who is running the people who are pushing these agendas? The people he's talking about. Is that an insult or is it the truth? What he's saying can be looked up. Just like I say, what I say can be looked up. You will find what he's saying is true. Not an insult, not craziness. True. How many former, like, you look at, yo, come on. How many former entertainers or rappers or people who are about to get in the game has turned back and said, nah, I don't like it because this is what's going on? How many of y'all heard this? But it's strange now because he's saying things that that hurts your feelings, because he's saying, oh, you've been duped. The facts are out. You've seen the news where the money for BLM and shit like that went. This is straight up tangible evidence, okay? And if you want to be foolish and go and buy people's opinions of people and not actually look at the things that people are talking about, like the Candace Owens movie, and see it broken down, see the interviews, see the investigation, and actually, and you're able to actually do this yourselves, not just watch the movie, but you're able to look this up yourselves or do it yourselves. You could actually, if you want to go that far and actually go visit and call them up and this, that, and the other, this will be verified. And because this hurts the narrative you are married to, because your celebrity gods told you a different way. Because this hurts, you cannot let go. The shame has a strong hold on you, yo. I had to learn not to do that. If I'm wrong, yo, I just go like, oh shit, I was wrong, because I'm glad that someone told me I was wrong, because I don't want to stay here being wrong and strong. Where did that go, yo? I can't be the only one. I guess he sees himself as the man to do it. It doesn't matter what platform you're on, yo. He said it himself. He said, they're going to come after me. They're going to try to kill. He said all that shit. I'm like, okay, so you're aware of this. So you're choosing to do this. All right, more power to you. You know, you have them. If you can do this, yo, you think you could do this, do it. But I'm glad you're saying it, because I've been preaching, yo, when one of these fucking celebrities is going to break a fucking contract, bite the bullet and tell the truth, yo, because I'm tired of talking about it and sounding crazy when y'all know what's fucking happening behind the scenes, you know? So if he's choosing to do it, yo, good on him. And whoever's brave enough to say the truth without being afraid of what other people think, because they're not thinking of their own, they just have their own idea of what happened because the news says it. Yo, I can't get mad if you choose to do that, yo. I do the same fucking thing, like, because I don't care. Truth is truth. I don't care what people think. Like, if you think something different, I know when I say something is either I will let you know if it's my opinion, or I'll let you know if I fucking looked it up or discovered it myself or experienced it myself, and then I'll tell you. That way you can't say I'm lying. Yo, one of my mottos is I may be wrong, but I'm not lying. So got that from Big Bear, by the way. Shout out Owen Benjamin. People understand there's always a good intention. The point of this is to open minds, is to have people look into it and check. Because I looked into everything the man said, I looked into everything she said, and it all jives. But according to everyone else, you really and truly, you ain't really hearing any rebuttals. You're just hearing anti-Semitic. How can you do this? How can you say this? Why are they saying this? Why are they showing this? Why do you write that on their shirt? Okay. But what did he say that was a fucking lie? No one's. I forgot I said that. Yo, there was no rebuttal. Okay, the only thing they had an argument against was the whole you know, we are the original Jews thing. That was the only thing they could say that they can say is false, because that's still up in the air. as far as I'm concerned. So as the way it is now in the current, way of thinking of how history is and stuff like that, okay, you could rebut that. That's fine, but that's still his opinion. He could be wrong, but that's still not offensive. I'm still looking for the offense here, yo. I don't see it. I don't see it, but he's sick, right? He's sick. But I could tell you who's really sick, right? And that's why this is why they're mad, okay? Because people have pointed out who's really sick. He's about to do it right now.
My people are sick. If I load up Apple Music right now and I play the top songs in the rap chart, I would tell you my people are sick. If I go to the restaurants and opportunity zones and we look at the calorie rating and the cholesterol, I will tell you that my people are sick. If we look at the obesity rate, you will see that my people are sick. And my people meaning all people. If the media picks an overweight black woman and says this is body goals, then the media are influencing my people to stay sick. And it just so happens that that night, I was so frustrated after 20 years that I had to call it out in one tweet. Even if I say, hey, okay, I was frustrated for these reasons, now it's not good enough. You've literally tried to make me re-apologize 10 times in this meeting, re-say this, re-say that, but it doesn't change the fact that my people are sick, and I'm the only person in my position that will say that my people are sick. Today, not 30 years ago, not 60 years, my people are sick today. 50% of my people's of deaths are abortion today. My people don't have the opportunities today.
But he's sick. He's sick. Remember, there's like a music video going around where this chick is rapping about, in front of a Planned Parenthood, rapping about feeling like murder and something, glorifying obesity. But he's sick. He's stating truth. They're doing some evil shit. What's not true is obesity being okay. That's obesity being okay is not a fact. But he's sick. He stated facts, but he's sick. This is very interesting, yo. You just look at it, son. Just look at it. I'm telling you, yo. Just break this apart. Look at where you're thinking. Look at who you're, and think of why. Think of why you're mad. Why are you mad? Because they're mad? Because the person who was commentating on what he said is mad? That's why you're mad? Or did what he say hurt you? Literally. What did he say that hurt you? Him losing his money hurt you? What? He's not paid. Yo, you know him personally? He's in your family? Is he the breadwinner for you? But he's sick? Remember why he's losing his everything. Remember why. For speaking truth. For recognizing that we are going down. Pointing out why we're going down. And you're mad at the people who not just him, everyone else of this color who's saying the same thing, right? But it's easy to go for him because remember, he's crazy. So automatically he's sick, right? That's his out, right? That's your out for him, right? What about the people who aren't crazy who's seeing this? Are they sick too? Are they racist? Huh. Okay. Have fun with that, yo. Good luck. Keep doing what you're doing and see if we're gonna be on top. You know, I don't need to get into who's running shit at this moment, who's running this country at this moment. I don't have to get into that. That's in your face. And you guys, if you want to be willfully ignorant on that, that's all on you, yo. But I'm gonna continue speaking truth, yo. I'm gonna champion anyone who speaks truth. I'm not I have no. I don't worship celebrities. I just respect whomever has the balls to speak the truth. And I'm gonna point out the the hypocrisy and how funny it is of how when somebody speaks the truth, these people are the loudest. My people are the loudest to go against it, instead of being like, oh, yo, we got to put an end to this, yo. We should be locking arms together and fighting this. It should not matter where you lean. That's part of the game. That's part of the game. I'm sure he said that at some point. I've said it plenty times. A lot of people have said it plenty times, but you guys want to act like it hasn't been said. You want to act like it doesn't matter. That's all on you, yo. Have fun with that. Good luck. Keep living in debauchery, yo. Continue to keep an eye on these celebrities and worship them, and then get mad later when they say something you disagree with, and make it act and start acting like it impacts you in some way, right? When you're doing the shit that's making us fall, you're making the moves that's making us fall. They're just calling it out, right? But you ain't doing anything. What you doing to help? What are you doing to help? Huh? Mimicking what celebrities say? That's what you're doing to help? Doing the exact things you seen on TV, not thinking of your own, not making your own style, not making your own money, not doing any of that shit. Right? He did. Remember how y'all forgetting how he got there? Are you there? It's funny. Anyways, had to speak on it, yo. Doesn't look like he's the one that's sick. You're sick. Cheers.